So we're here at DICE in Stockholm to talk about a very recently announced title, Battlefield Play4Free. Could you just talk us through a little bit about what you're trying to achieve with this title and who you're aiming at with this?
Yeah, so I mean, back when we started work on Battlefield Heroes, this was about 4 years ago, and the landscape was very different. The kind of free-to-play game landscape and the PC game landscape was very different. And we had BF2 selling really well, and BF2142 had just launched. So there was two realistic PC games on the market. So with Heroes, we wanted to create something which differentiated. That's why we had a cartoony kind of feel and more of an arcadey kind of gameplay. Fast forward a few years later, and we've got a very different kind of market where BF2 and 2142 have slowed down in sales, and there's a real gap now where free-to-play shooters are becoming really popular. And what we looked at was the Heroes players. We expected BF Heroes to kind of appeal to quite a broad audience of maybe more casual shooter fans. And there is a proportion of the audience, about 20%, which are more casual, but about 80% of them would describe themselves as hardcore shooter fans. So when we were thinking about what to do with the team, you know, Heroes has been really successful. We've had 6 million registrations. We're making good money on it. We thought, shall we put that team on expanding Heroes? Or given most of our audience is hardcore shooter fans anyway, maybe we should just make a completely new game that's kind of aimed at them. So this is where the idea for Battlefield Play4Free came from. And we call it the best of Battlefield. It's kind of our little inward-facing word that we use, and it combines kind of 3 elements from 3 different games. So we've got the classic maps and vehicles from BF2. We've got the classes and the factions and some of the weapons and equipment from BC2, and we've got the kind of RPG leveling up system and obviously the free-to-play business model from Battlefield Heroes. So we kind of looked at the history of the franchise and picked out the stuff which really appeals to people, and I think that a map like Strike at Karkand is a classic which people will always really enjoy. The BC2 squads are really quite elegantly designed and a little bit simpler and easier to understand, and obviously the Heroes has been really successful, and that's why we chose the free-to-play model with it. Battlefield Play4Free is basically exactly the same business model as Heroes. So if we're selling something in Heroes, then we'll be selling it in Battlefield Play4Free. In Heroes, we sell convenience items, you know, level up faster, get XP faster, that kind of thing. And we sell clothing items, and we also sell optional weapons. And this is exactly the stuff that we'll be playing in BF, selling in Battlefield Play4Free. And it's been really successful for us. This is kind of misconception that you have to pay money to compete in Battlefield Heroes, but the statistics kind of disagree with that. In any given month, 95% of our players still don't spend any money, and it's only a small proportion of 5% that actually buy items. So there's lots of people having fun for free in the game. And we've been able to have a slightly smaller team than you would have for, imagine you're doing a multiplayer focused HD console game. You know, you wouldn't do single player, and so maybe you have like 50 or 60 people on that game. I think we're maybe 20, 25 people on Battlefield Play4Free. Part of the reason for that is because we're reusing an engine. So this is like the 4th generation version of the PC engine we have here. So there was BF2, 2142, Heroes, and then this is the 4th generation. But we're reusing quite a lot of engine technology. And also the artwork. I mean, I talked about bringing weapons in from Bad Company 2, bringing maps in from BF2, and there's less artwork to do. We're obviously upgrading the resolution of things and adding new stuff. So we can have a smaller team because we're reusing bits and pieces.
I mean, you're staying in the same locales as DICE. How much of a collaboration is there? How much communication is there between the team that's working on, say, Battlefield 3 and the team that's working on Play4Free?
There's quite a bit of collaboration, particularly like the project lead levels. So Patrick Barker, who's running BF3, and James Salt, who's running Heroes, they've discussed a lot how we connect these games together, because it makes real sense. It's going to be the same consumers. Those, particularly on PC, BF3 is going to be a big thing. So we really want to create these meaningful connections between the games. Now, we're not announcing any of those yet, but what I would recommend is that if people are going to start playing BF3 on PC and they're into that idea, they should get into Battlefield Play4Free at the earliest opportunity, because we'll probably be offering awards for leveling up or for achieving certain missions in BF Play4Free, which would then unlock content in BF3.